The design you see here has a very large number of layers associated with it. If we click on the layers drop-down box, you can see if I scroll down on the right, huge number of layers associated with this drawing. As it stands at the moment, you may be able to see that a whole group of layers that start with S underscore have been turned off. But I think you can see that managing layers in a drawing such as this is very, very time consuming. And you might like to take advantage of the fact that GCAD Plus has this tool, a layer states manager. And when we click on it, we can, for the sake of argument, want to look at the design where we're showing a lot of the elements in there, including the contour information. So I can say, let's restore that, and I'll OK it. And now if I scroll out just a little, you can see over here all the contour information. There's overlapping area of what will be is planned as a straight lawned area, straight edge, and a curved edge. So if I want to return and look at those, I do the same thing. I can have what I really like of the curvy design. Let's restore that, and you'll notice that the straight part of the design changes. Also draw your attention to this symbol here, which is a just existing plant symbol. It's taken one of the GCAD Plus symbols, and if I edit it and click in here, that's just a polyline roughly drawn under the area. You notice that there's a gradient fill, a point gradient with a relatively dark end color and a light white central zone. So if I close that block editor, you can see that the same symbol is used right through the area for probably existing planting. But that's quite an effective way of doing it. But in many cases, it's like canopy planting. And if we click on the symbol again and right-click and edit it and pick here, notice that transparency is set at 100. Transparency in GCAD Plus of any filled symbol can vary between 255, which is no transparency, to a very low number indeed. The lower the number, the more you can see through it. So at about half transparency, we're getting the sort of effect that we want. But if I return to that layer states manager, just say I want all the sort of fancy symbology off. I'll restore that one, and I'm working towards now a planting plan for the construction team. I notice over here when I switch here, there are a couple of different path options. So you would use the layer states manager to store those. I'm a little puzzled by this one here. Is this jasmine ground cover? And that tells me that a little bit of work is needed on that symbol. And let's just have a quick look at it. If we edit it, probably that hatching will be on the wrong layer. And for GCAD Plus compatibility, we'd have that sort of hatching on a layer called L plant symbol, and then we close the block editor now, and over here that particular little glitch has been fixed up. So managing layers in a drawing such as this, which has had a survey done by an independent firm and the architect providing information on the actual house, managing all of that is really difficult. And the final thing I'd say is that we encourage GCAD Plus users to follow that same standard. L plant construction, L plant symbol, L for a Google Earth image, hardscape, lawn straight, and so on. all the landscape elements that the design is adding can be conveniently put into one group. Whereas what's not been done are pavers and pool long version and so on, just almost used random names. So it's a lot easier to control layer names in that way, because all of the survey data starts and follows that standard. If I click here and then scroll down to the last of the S underscore, hold my shift key down and then turn them off, you'll see all of the survey information disappears in one go. So being disciplined where you are using layer naming conventions can be tremendously useful. So I hope that helps show one technique in GCAD Plus for managing layer names and display.